Josh, well, we're looking at this clipper, and a couple things to remember. Clippers are fast movers. They have limited moisture, but they can have incredible upper air support. And this is going to have a lot of dynamics, a lot of lifting in the atmosphere, like crazy lifting in the atmosphere, vertical velocity we call it. Now, it's going to produce some pretty heavy bands of snow. Now, it's going to be a short-term it's a short-term scenario. In other words, it's moving so fast. We've got 3, 4, 5 hours tops to make these numbers. 4 to 6 inches, Winchester, Martinsburg, Hagerstown, Leesburg, Gaithersburg. We dragged the 4 to 6 farther south in Montgomery County. We left the 2 to 4 alone. We did add a little 1 to 3, extreme southern Maryland. A little warmer there, a little more rain at the onset. But I think you're going to get your 2 inches on the back end because that's going to leave you last. So again, we're looking at this is the main area. We think 4 to 6 inches possible, mainly because we're going to see incredible snowfall rates for a very short time. Again, 2, 3, maybe 4 hours, and that's it. So this is new. Montgomery County in the last, I would say, 4 hours has now been added to the winter storm warning. Our criteria for winter storm warning is 5 inches or more, technically 4.5. You round up to 5 and make your 5. Included Loudoun County earlier and Frederick County, boom, and everybody north and west. And then, of course, as we figured, everybody not in the winter storm warning would be in the winter weather advisory, and that is in the purple or magenta there, and that goes all the way through southern Maryland, essentially now until 7 a.m. in the morning. So, is this going to be the last snow of the year? I hope not, or of the winter? I hope not. But in case it is, let's bring out the breadometer. 1 to 10, okay? Run for your lives, the January 16 storm or nuisance storm 1. So I've raised it a little bit. We've increased our maps a little bit, and it's essentially almost a legitimate storm by DC standards. We get 3, 4 inches downtown. That would be a legitimate storm, no doubt. And so I think it will be plowable for folks who do that for a living and folks who like to do it for fun. I think we'll have enough to plow, and it's sleddable too. But I would get out pretty early in the morning because the February sun will do a fair amount of melting tomorrow. So keep that in mind. Get out early. Now, but the impact, okay, and I developed this after Carmageddon. The impact's going to be different because we've talked about this storm all week, and it's a Friday night, and it's a 3-day weekend. So I would say maybe a 1 for the impact, and that's about it. So if you have appointments tomorrow morning after 10 o'clock, you should be fine. I don't see any problems, certainly with the main roads. I mean, if you're up, northwest of Frederick and inside roads, yeah, they could be kind of slippery until midday, but I think everybody else, you wait till 10, 11 o'clock, you will be fine. So again, these are the warnings. Montgomery County added, Howard County, everybody north and west, and then everybody else is under a winter weather advisory. So here is Futurecast. This just updated about an hour ago. So we've got rain and some snow. Snow's blue, okay? That's at 10 o'clock tonight. And one reason I'm sweating these numbers is because it's in the upper 30s. One thing that's in our favor is the dew points are in the teens. So we're going to get rapid cooling at the surface once this precipitation breaks out. So that's 10 o'clock tonight. And I've kind of said the last 2 days, if you're postponing Valentine's Day till tonight, try to be home by 10 or 11 o'clock because roads will get some kind of slick after midnight. So this is midnight. See the heavier blues, heavier bands of blue? That's heavy snow. And that is Martinsburg, Winchester, Frederick area, even down into, Gaithersburg and Rockville, over into Fairfax too. But the temperatures are still only in the low to mid 30s, upper 30s downtown. Yes, I'll take questions. Sure, go ahead. No, the snow will not melt altogether by Saturday afternoon. Saturday's going to be a blustery day. Temps will struggle to get into the 40s. It's still a fairly low sun angle in February. We got winds of 25 miles an hour. So, no, but I think it will melt off the roads by late morning, especially the treated roads. So, good question. So, that's midnight tonight, okay? Boom, by 2 o'clock in the morning, Futurecast has the heaviest band of snow now into Prince George's County and Charles County. And some moderate snow, still back to Leesburg and Frederick, but this is what I mean. I mean, we don't get these now. We got about a 2, 3, max 4-hour window to make our numbers, so to speak, to verify. 4 a.m., a little bit of light snow, but the heaviest snow is now across the bay and really into Delmarva. This will make it all the way to Rehoboth and Bethany and Ocean City. It'll start out rain, but it'll end as snow there. 6 o'clock, we are cloudy. Notice the arrows. Those are northwest winds, still rather gusty and still cold. Wind chills essentially in the 20s all day on Saturday. 8 o'clock in the morning, some sunshine along I-81. Still cloudy in the metro, but then boom, by 10 o'clock we have sunshine and temps in the 30s. So what's the most important thing you can remember tomorrow before you go out? Sunglasses. Yeah. And windshield wiper fluid, because there's going to be enough melting now on the roads that you might have to clean your windshield frequently. So keep that in mind. 1 o'clock in the afternoon, strong northwest wind still. Temperatures struggling to get out of the 30s. Futurecast might be a little bit cold. Okay, so here are the maps. You remember 2 days ago, European had Zippo. Now it has a fair amount of snow. So you look at this map. GFS, 3 to 6 inches. But when you go into the numbers associated with this map, the numbers, yes, they're in that band, but they're more like 3.5, 3.8, 4 inches. They're not 5 and 6 inch numbers, but they technically fall between the 3 and 6 band. That kind of scared me when I first saw it until I went in and looked at the numbers. European, same thing. It's trying to figure out where these heavy bands are going to set up, and it's darn near impossible to do that. It's got a heavier band along east of I-81 between Frederick and Winchester. It's got a heavy band around Gaithersburg, and then a general 1 to 3 inch snow elsewhere. These heavy bands, I mean, I think by the time we get to 11 o'clock tonight, we'll be able to kind of tell you where they're setting up. But it's going to be, kind of like those summer storms. I mean, is it going to hit Rockville or hit Gaithersburg? And yeah, it's that close, and that makes a huge difference, and will make a huge difference in these snow totals. We've got incredible vertical velocity, the motion rising, which is taking the moisture and cooling and condensing, which is one mechanism and one sign of a strong system, upper air. We've got a jet stream very close to us, screaming at 100 to 200 knots. So where all those set up is where your heavy bands of snow are going to be. Now, let's go through the numbers. So I just showed you those numbers, okay? So this is the GFS. 11 o'clock tonight, nothing. Okay, that makes sense. By 7 a.m., though, 3 inches DC, 4 in Leesburg, 4 in Gaithersburg, 4.7 in Frederick. That's a little less north of Hagerstown. And this bullseye is out across the divide, which makes some sense because that's some upslope enhanced snow. And it has one of 1.7 in La Plata and 1 inch as far south as Patuxent River. I kind of like this map. I'm still kind of sweating the 3.4 at National, but we'll see. And yeah, the numbers went up as we went into Saturday. It's going to snow all day Saturday west of the divide. This could not have come at a better time for the ski resorts because it's President's Day weekend. And wow, to get fresh snow and then not have it super, super cold and still comfortable to ski, that's pretty good. Another question, yes. Mark wants to know if it's going to be enough to bring out the snowplow. Mark, I just ran you must have missed the breadometer. I have it above plowable, but get to it quickly. Like I'm going to hopefully plow my driveway tonight. I'll probably do it before dawn so that it won't melt as we go through the day. It's one of those cases where you probably can plow, you probably don't have to plow. Is Mark a professional plower or a fun plower? Did not say, okay. So there you go. All right, so that's 3 p.m. tomorrow. That's the GFS, American Model Global Forecasting System. Okay, for some reason it popped up a little bit by 10 o'clock Saturday. I don't really understand that. Okay, so here is the North American model. This is midnight tonight, nothing. Makes sense. 5 a.m. tomorrow, 3 in Gaithersburg, 3 in Frederick, 1.6 in D.C. So that's why I'm sweating that 2 to 4 in D.C. I guess technically 1.7, there you go, would round up to 2, but I'd like to see a little higher number there. That's tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, and yes, it will continue to snow all day out west of the divide, and again, that's good news. So, European model, okay, midnight, nothing, okay, that makes sense, all right. By 5 a.m., this worries me, 1.5 in D.C., 3 in Gaithersburg, 2.6 in Frederick, maybe 3.5 in Romney, and not much into southern Maryland. So it's going to be one of those cases where, where's the right rear quadrant of the jet going to be, and where's the moisture going to be? Because with clippers, we only have like I said, 3-4 hour period where we're going to get the thumping, and then that's it. It isn't like a nice nor'easter where you get 12 hours of precip. So this is Leesburg snowfall next couple days. This is the NAM 2.8, 4 for the GFS. That's a Canadian model 2.6, European 2.7. That's fairly good agreement. DC, oh boy, I'm worried now. 1.9 for the NAM, 1.7 for the Euro. GFS coming in hot, 3.6 inches. And then Frederick, everybody's in pretty good agreement. Graph's pretty high. I apologize for the number. We can't figure out why the number does not appear. We've tried. It's around 5 inches. 3.8 for the NAM, almost 5 for the GFS, and then 2.5 and almost 3 for the Euro. So that's pretty consistent for the Frederick area. So let's go through the timeline. You have time to do stuff the rest of the evening. I think snow is going to develop between 9 and 11 o'clock. Yes, it could start briefly as rain and then kick to snow. Temps in the 30s, and as you saw in Futurecast, above freezing. That's key. So every little flake that falls is not going to count tonight. Midnight to 6 a.m., roads become slick quickly. Snow now moderate to heavy at times. I still think it's a general 2 to 4 inch snowfall. Yes, you might have more in certain areas and might have less south of town. And then we get into 6 a.m. to noon. Everything ends early. And I mean early, like 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. Roads are still slick early, but then, you know, if they're treated, you're going to be in fine shape. It will be cold and windy. Wind chills will be, you know, in the 20s pretty much all day. So keep that in mind. If you're sledding, bundle up the kids. Here's the radar. And I don't know if you can see it here or not. I had reports of some lightning in Kentucky. And that just tells us it's a very dynamic situation. Again, this storm came, you know, from the Midwest, and it rolls through very quickly. So it doesn't stop and draw up moisture from the Gulf of Mexico. Doesn't stop when it gets off the Atlantic and pull in the Atlantic moisture like a good nor'easter would. But it has a lot of dynamics to it, and it's going to wring out everything it can with this vertical velocity. So that's one thing that, you know, I saw in the reports of lightning that tells me it's a pretty strong storm. We got pretty good streaks of snow here, and this is what we're going to look for us tonight. You got a streak between Dayton and Columbus, Ohio, then down south of 71. And I tell you, trying to forecast where those streaks of heavy snow are 6 hours out is almost impossible. But we know it does have streaks of heavy snow, and that's why we're favoring north and west of town right now. We got pretty good snows now east of Dayton, Springfield, and then south of 70, then along 70, just updated. Dayton now has light snow. You want the blue. That's the heaviest snow out there in Ohio. So weekend forecast, not bad. I mean, early snow flurries, really, and then sunshine, just blustery tomorrow. Again, dress for the 20s. We're in pretty good shape on Sunday. Temperatures in the upper 40s. Now, notice this low Saturday night. That's 26. That's a downtown low. So we're going to see some refreezing Saturday night and upper teens in the burbs. Cold night on Saturday. But you can play golf next Friday if you want to, because this is all going to go away. We're back in the mid-50s by next Friday, little dip Saturday, and back in the upper 50s for the following Monday. And we're almost out of February. And by that time, well, right now our average high is 48, 49. So if you're a snow lover, we need to take advantage of this storm and enjoy this storm, because this could be it. What's funny, if we get 2-3 inches downtown, we'll have more snow than Philly. We already have more snow than LaGuardia, and we have almost as much snow as Boston. So it hasn't been a very snow winter anywhere in the east. So again, early snow flurries, boom, breezy, cold, and then bright but brisk on Sunday. President's Day, fantastic. 50 with sunshine. It's like a perfect day for skiing. Kids won't get that cold. Conditions will stay pretty nice, and they'll be able to make snow Sunday night, too, into Monday morning. All right, after that, Tuesday, pleasant on Wednesday. Thursday, maybe some rain. The storm's going to go north of us. You know what that means. Brings up the warmer air, so does not look like a blockbuster, but we'll put rain in the forecast for now. And then next Friday, milder, partly cloudy, temperatures in the middle 50s. Now, Lauren, any more questions in there? Okay, have we done our 10 minutes of diligence? Oh, we've done 15. Well, time goes, it flies by when you're talking about snow. At least it does with me. So, hope to see you tonight at 11. We'll have a new snowfall map for you, and then more on that crazy chase we showed you at the end of the 6 o'clock newscast when somebody stole a vehicle and was it was crazy. We'll have more on that coming up at 11, and I'll have new data for the snowfall map, and we'll sweat it out together a little bit later. For now, I'm Meteorologist Topper Shutt.